Coin Opp.
Hi everyone, my name is Amanda. I am Robert's baby daughter. I am the youngest daughter of 4 children. I decided I wanted to do an intro with Robert and Flor so that you guys can kind of get to know them behind the screen. I know a lot of you probably watch their auctions, as do I. I get on there every once in a while and see what's going on, and you see the fun side of them, but this kind of gives you a little bit more of a background, a deeper background into their personal lives. Watch this video and find out a little bit more about them. At what age did you start collecting coins?
I started collecting at the age of 14. I first got interested at the age of 8, however, when I seen my grandfather's collection that he happened to store in a cedar chest that he made for my grandmother in his house, and that was in Windham, Ohio.
Did you ever take a break from collecting coins?
Yes, I took, and well, from 8 to 14 I took my first break, but then from 14 I took and I got interested in the variety and errors, mainly varieties, from 14 to 16, maybe even 18. However, I took and girls came along. I got to that age where girls were more important than coins, and I sort of took and got into the girl scene for a minute and working. And then I took, and at the age of 22, I got married for the first time. And I took, and I guess it was about 2 years into my marriage to when I got back into collecting coins, which would make it about 1984, I guess.
When did you become a numismatist? Numismatist member.
In 1995, I joined the ANA. I've been a member ever since 1995. I don't remember when I joined my local club, the Cincinnati Numismatist. I joined there and I'm a lifetime member there. I don't remember what year that was. However, I took, and I mean, I don't know at what age would be the appropriate answer for that. So, I mean, but that's when I got more seriously involved.
How many states have you visited?
I have been to all but one state in the lower 48. I've flown over Alaska. I've never been there, but I have seen Alaska. And I have never been to Hawaii. But North Dakota is the only state I have not been to in the lower 48 states.
How many mints have you visited?
Oh, let's see here. I've been to the old Carson City Mint, which is no longer, it's just a museum. I've been to the Denver Mint once, and I've been to the Philadelphia Mint a few times. Now, just an honorable mention, I've been to the Bureau of Engraving and Printing in Washington, D.C. I've never been to the one in Texas. Those are the only mints that I'm aware. Well, I was at the San Francisco Mint. However, during the time I went there, wouldn't you know it, on my vacation, they were shut down and you couldn't take and you could not go into the mint. So,
do you plan to go to the Texas Mint?
I really have no intentions. I'm not certain that they have any. If they facilitate a tour there, if they did, I'd like to. And I would also like to make it back to San Francisco and tour the San Francisco Mint. However, like I said, at the time I was there, they had not taken me, they were not open for tours.
What is your favorite coin you've found?
All of them. I have been a cherry picker for the majority of my collecting career. I do collect normal coins, however, I enjoy the hunt. I just enjoy finding a variety or an error, but mainly the varieties is what I enjoy the most. And actually each time I've had a new discovery, that's been exciting. I think the one I've worked the hardest on that's been sort of kind of enjoyable has been the 1966 Roosevelt dime special mint that I found that has what appears to be a 5 on the cheek.
Is that the coin that will be in the Cherry Picker's Guide?
I've been told that the 1966 Roosevelt dime with the 5 on the cheek is supposed to be in the next edition of the Cherry Picker's Guide, which is supposed to come out in August or September of this year. I don't know yet, but we'll find out, and if it's, depending upon the print, when they finally get it printed and out into the public, we'll find out then.
Will you have a book signing?
If there's a call for someone to take and for someone to have my signature in a Cherry Picker's Guide with that in it, I've got a lot of people who have requested other signatures of mine. I don't mind, but I'll be honest, I sort of feel a little funny doing stuff like that because I just look at myself as a normal collector like everybody else.
What inspired you to become a part of Coin Opp?
Dustin Morgan. He sort of twisted my arm. He asked me to be part of Coin Opp, and I took, and reluctantly at the time I had a successful construction company. Even though I was selling online and selling varieties for some coin shops that were local, he asked me if I would be a partner with him in Coin Opp, and we negotiated a deal, and that's how I got involved. It's sort of kind of funny, the first probably 50, 100, I don't know, you'd have to ask Dustin that, but all the coins that were on the earlier Coin Opp videos, or at least most of them, probably 90% of them, were varieties that I had actually found.
What are some groups someone can join to learn about coin collecting?
There's a lot of groups right now across the spectrum of social media. Now, I only go on Facebook for the most part. I've been on Twitter, but I don't get on there too much. And I don't get on Facebook as much anymore. However, Coin Opp has got a group on Facebook, and last I seen we had 15,000 people who have joined the group. That's one. Art Ring, a friend of the channel, Coin Opp, he has a group called the RPM group. That's another nice one. And then Lincoln Central, he has one on strictly Eisenhower's. That's just to mention a few. There is literally hundreds and hundreds of coin groups on Facebook, and I'm not even certain how to search them all. There's that many of them. So I would say just do a search in Facebook to find them.
What advice would you give a starting coin collector?
To me, the number one suggestion that I can make for you if you're starting out collecting, I was told to buy a book first, and that's what I did. My first book on coin collecting was, believe it or not, the Red Book. My second book, since I was interested more so in varieties, I was recommended by Coins Plus way back in the day to purchase the Cherry Picker's Guide. And I got the first edition of the Cherry Picker's Guide because I enjoyed varieties. So I got that book and I learned on that. But that's what my first suggestion would be. Buy a book, read it, learn about it. Today you can probably go online. There's a lot of websites that give you plenty of information on any series or varieties or errors that you'd like. So you could go that route. And of course, you can watch the Coin Opp videos, the older videos. We cover a lot of subjects. Dustin did a wonderful job on the videos. The next thing I would suggest would be to join a coin club. That way there you'll be around a lot of like-minded people that enjoy collecting as a hobby. Remember, it is a hobby, but they have a lot of fun. That's why I'm a lifetime member to my local coin club, because I can find out information about a lot of everything, because there's a lot of people that don't have the same interest. However, if I have an ancient coin and I don't know nothing about it, I know there's somebody that's in the coin club that does know about it. They specialize in it, and they can tell me something about it. As well, a lot of them that have a variety, they bring them to me and ask me my information that I can give them. So joining the coin club is really good. And then going to coin shows, that's a good way to intermingle with other people, again, that are like-minded. And I found a lot of good friends, lifelong friends so far, at all the above. So other than the books, of course.
What other type of coin shows are there besides local shows that you have been to?
Oh, I have been to regional, I've been to national, I've even been to world shows. The ANA has the International Show of Money, which is by far, in my opinion, the best show out there. You got Central States, they have a lot of nice shows. I've been to those. Of course, you mentioned I've been to a lot of the locals. I usually will travel anywhere from 150 to, I guess, upwards of 300 miles in order to take and go to a show that I really might want. The shorter the distance, the show can be smaller. The larger the distance, I want the show to have maybe 100 tables. That way there I can take and most likely find what I might be looking for when I do go to a coin show.
Are these shows for children as well?
Normally, now me and Flordelina, my wife, will take and we will set up at some coin shows. I'm not going to mention them because we don't do it as much anymore. However, I don't know of any coin show that is not kid friendly. Usually, if you walk around with children, and if they're interested in the hobby, a lot of dealers will give them just a little token coin. It's nothing they're going to get rich off of, but it's something to try and help the younger people just gain a little bit more interest in the hobby. But they are all coin friendly, or children friendly, I'm sorry.
Okay. At what age did you start collecting coins?
Actually, when I was young, I liked the brand new coins. I just keeping it, but of course, as a kid, I still spending it if I need something like candies or everything. But I love the brand new coins, and I keeping it.
Which currency do you believe is the most beautiful?
In the bill, I like the Hong Kong. I like their details and everything. But in the coins, I like the Canada and the Cook Island.
Why do you like the Cook Island coin?
Because of their graphic on the coins. It's very nice and neat. That's why I like it.
What country are you from?
From Philippines. Mabuhay.
How many countries have you worked in?
I work in Hong Kong, and then I work in Japan, and I love Japan because it's very safe place. That's why if I choose what country I want to live, of course Japan, even though I'm on the US.
When did you move to the US?
4 years ago, when I came here by June 4, 2016. You're getting 4 years.
How many languages do you speak?
I can speak a little bit Chinese, a little bit Japanese, and I start learning the Korean, and of course our language, Tagalog, and then English. A little bit Spanish, but not much.
Have you visited a United States mint?
Not yet, I wish.
How many states have you visited?
I think about 12 to 15. I can't remember.
What inspired you to become part of Coin Opp?
When I first Robert, he's the one who was been hooked me up by collecting coins, and that was 8 years ago. So I thought that just only collecting coins is okay, but I never thought that there's some variety and error and there's a value of it. That's why when we start doing the coin show, I said, okay, this is fun, make me interest. And then when we start the business of Coin Opp, I said, that's great, because every time that we do the auction, not because making a money, of course we're making a money a little bit, but you was been communicating to all people that was been supporting you and always there for you, talking to you in chat, in the live auction, and we having fun. And even though we're not seeing each other yet, some I see them already, but some is not, but planning to see them. I hope that this pandemic will be done so that the coin show here in Cincinnati, at the Greater Cincinnati Coin Show, will not be postponed. So some people want to go here, meet us, me, Robert, Dustin, and I love to meet them personally. And that's why I love Coin Opp and all the YouTube channel also.
Do you think you're famous?
I don't think so. They love me because I'm a funny, that's it.
What's your funniest joke?
Why? Just like singing. This is what I always joking to Robert, to sing that. Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? But that's only a joke, guys.
How many kids do you have, Robert?
I have 4.
And I have 4 also.
8 is enough.
How many countries have you visited, Robert?
3.
Flora, how many countries total?
4.
How long have you guys been married?
Getting 4 years. Cannot answer, huh?
Only one needs to answer that question. And I get the certificate right there. I can look at it. I'm just double checking you.
What do you guys do for fun?
A lot. I'm the funniest one. He's not. He's a serious guy.
What do you guys do for fun?
I know how to make myself funny. Sometimes he was been, what are you doing? I'm just only dancing while I'm walking. I'm more funnier than him.
Do you agree?
No comment. It's been, just as a side note, everybody, it's been over a month that we've been quarantined together. So there may be a few no comments for that purpose. And I may just plead the 5th Amendment.
Every time I came out on the room, he was being always shocked on me. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm having fun. I don't want to be bored while I'm quarantined on the house.
She can entertain herself. There's something up there that's just like a little time wheel that goes around and around, and she just poof comes up with stuff. It's like, I've checked the bedroom. There's no drugs there. There's no alcohol there, so I don't know where she comes up with it at.
It's natural, huh?
I agree with that.
What do you love most about Flora?
Because she does have a lot of fun and she keeps me laughing quite a bit. Not always, but quite a bit.
What do you love most about Robert?
Yeah.
I love him. I love him for who I am. Who
I am?
Who he is. Actually, he got a lot of disposition in the life. He got a lot of experience already. That's why I love him.
Experience in what?
A lot. Just like you've been through on the difficult time of your life and you pass it and you become who you are right now.
Okay.
That's the reason why I love you who you are.
I'd get an A for that.
Who's your favorite child?
Oh, Fifth Amendment. I plead the fifth. I love all of my children. Don't get me wrong. Each one of them can take and I look at them and I look at my past and sometimes I'll just say, oh boy. I take and they're all adults now. I don't tell them what to do, don't want to. I'll only give suggestions and let them know how difficult situations worked in my life and let them make their own mind up at this stage of the game. But I will say that I believe my children, they're smart enough to where they know what's right and what's wrong. Whether they do that now, that's up to them.
Flordelina, do you have a favorite child?
Now, all of them is equal to me. They are like a friend and best friend. They are open to me. Every problem, I treat them like a friend, giving advice and everything. But when I know it's not good to do it, I become mom.
I thought you said was the favorite.
What did you say? I don't have a favorite now.
That's a joke, guys.
What country do you wish you lived in?
I answered that before me, Japan.
For me, I'm happy right where I'm at. Of the three countries, Japan is pretty cool. However, I'm gonna stick with the good old USA. I had a lot of fun when I was in the Philippines. However, there's no place like home for me.
How do you give back to the coin community?
For me, I take in with Coin Opp. We make videos to try to inform the coin collectors. If I'm out at a show, sometimes me and Flora will set up at coin shows, and anybody who's ever seen me at a coin show, and if they want to discuss coins, they know I'm happy to sit there and discuss it. In fact, I really frown upon dealers and or other collectors who take and give a bad reaction to somebody who may ask a beginner's question, because I still remember what it was like as a beginner in the coin hobby. And at the beginning I said that Coins Plus got me to buy my first Cherry Picker's Guide, and that was because I took a bunch of 1969 Lincoln cents that were actually machine doubling, and I thought they were double dies. And the gentleman took the time, and he was well versed in the hobby, and he'd been in the hobby for a long time, owned a business for a long time. But he took a good hour to sit there and explain a lot of things to me and to make the suggestion, and I never forgot that. So I try to help anywhere I can. Now, we're so busy I don't get a chance to do it all the time, but if I'm at a show, I usually will take time to actually answer questions. And even to this day, I try to answer all my emails, and that's my way of giving back to the coin community. Besides, the one thing I don't like to talk about a lot, and Flordelina can just take and agree with this, is from time to time we will give things to people.
Some giveaways.
Yeah, just gifts and stuff that we pay for them ourselves. But I don't like I said, I don't like to talk about that much, because to me that's something that it's
like a surprise gift. Some people said, "Oh, Flordelina, thank you for the gifts. Robert, thank you for the gifts." It's a surprise gift. I do that to all our buyers. And when I was also on the coin show, if I see some kids walking around looking at coins because they was being the parents involving them on that hobby, I giving some coins or tokens to the kids as a gift. so that they will be make some interest on what they doing, and that's it that we can do for our coin community people or group.
See, I told you if you go to a coin show, you might meet a Flordelina that'll give you a coin. She asked that question earlier.
Is there a shout out to anybody in the coin community that you would like to give?
How about you?
Shout out to everyone. What do you
You
mean?
For me, I can start naming names of people that I have met that have, there's so many in the coin community that would really just be helpful. If anybody knows Ken Potter, he's a wonderful wealth of information. The people I mentioned will just be a wealth of information. Brian Rains.
Gary Wagner.
Gary Wagner, yeah.
And all admin and mods of Coin Opp Facebook group.
Yeah,
They are so very helpful to people.
Brian Patrick, he has been, he really is very informative. He does a lot for us. Dustin still does a lot for Coin Opp. As you guys see his videos, he's just done a lot for the hobby, and I think that's really wonderful. Oh my goodness, like I say, I cannot mention everybody. Bill Fevas, he's one of the editors to the Cherry Picker's Guide. He has been very instrumental. Eric Newcomb, the late Eric Newcomb, I'll never forget when I was very young in the hobby, we sat at a huge show, and I just sat there and talked with him for a good hour. I don't know why he took the time, but it was really enjoyable. Now this gentleman probably had the most knowledge of anybody I know of, and I had no idea of his collection, which is immense, or was immense. There's just, I can't, Brad Karloff, you know what?
Yep.
Brad Karloff would have to be one.
Sir Paul Paget.
Paul Paget would be another. Yeah, these are local dealers. Daniel Malone, he operates Coin Help You. All of the above, they're dealers, but they take time to really help. Now, I do want to say a special thank you to Brad Karloff, because like I said, of Coins Plus, he has been, him and Paul Paget have really been a mentor to me for many, many years. And they've done just a wonderful, they're the kind of a coin dealer that you can enjoy being friends with.
Yeah, I learned a lot from Sir Brad Karloff. He's a mentor for me and a big boss. Some people said he's so serious now. He's a funny guy. I love you, sir.
Yeah, we cannot mention all the people who have been in our lives, who has really been instrumental in helping us. Because, a little bit of background history, when Flordelina came here from the Philippines, I took and quit my construction company, and I made a decision that me and Flor, however things happen in the United States and during our marriage, it was going to be a joint effort, a team, me and her. And so I stopped my construction and went strictly into coins. And there's a lot I didn't know about it. Even though I had taken and been selling coins since 1999, I took and there was a lot going into it full time. I just did not know. And there's so many people who have been very helpful. Like I said, I could start naming names and we would end up having a 5-hour video before I got finished with that list. So if I didn't mention you, I would like to say thank you very much for all the help that you have given Flordelina and myself in this hobby as a business. It's really, so far it's been fun, at least for me it has been.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, everybody, just a heads up. The 37th Annual Greater Cincinnati Numismatic Exposition will be held Friday, July 17th and Saturday, July 18th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, they are running an early bird special Thursday, July 16th from 3 to 7 for $40. It's an excellent price. Now, that is at the Sharonville Convention Center, so if you'd like to meet Coin Opp, you want to go out to a coin show, this would be an excellent opportunity. We will be there. Robert Lawson, Flordelina, myself, we will be out there. So make your reservations now. Start booking Friday, July 17th and Saturday, July 18th, the 37th Annual Greater Cincinnati Numismatic Exposition.
Thank you guys so much for watching this video about Robert and Flor. We're excited to share this information with you. If you have any further questions, make sure you leave a comment below and subscribe for more videos.
I don't know the question. That's why
You
I
guys-
don't know what to answer.
You know that picture of like the man with the fork?
Yeah.
That's what you guys looked like.
What's that?
I'll show you
We'll
this
show you in a little bit. Alright,